Hey guys, Guy here with Forever Outdoors. Today I was just wanting to show you how I set up my hammock and tarp on a camping situation. Let's get down to it. Hey guys. Alright, so what I was talking about is just how I camp with my hammock. I've got the Kelty Noah's Tarp 12 here behind me. I set it up in a sort of configuration that makes it closed in and somewhat like a tent, but that's just how I do it. Some people just take out the four corners. But yeah, I do the tent. Now, I've also got my DIY hammock here. It is 1.9 ounce ripstop nylon, charcoal gray. I made it a little bit short on accident. I thought it was too short at first. And I tried it out on a good camping trip, and I thought, hey, this fits me really well, actually. I cut it right about 9 feet long. I thought it would be too short, but it fits. It's all about what fits. And then I've got my DIY underquilt here. It is made of a survival reflectix type material that you would find just like any old survival blanket. And so what I've done is I have taped over a channel on each side and then run some paracord through there and put a cord lock on each side. And what I do is I just hang those cord locks over these little ends of my hammocks here and it just holds it there. Keeps my underside warm down to about, I don't know, 30 degrees, and anything below 30 degrees I would say you'd want to have a sleeping bag under you also. Now, this doesn't, my underquilt does not reach my feet, so what I've done is I've taken this little foam pad that I've just had lying around the house, so I put that under my feet, and it keeps my feet warm, because this does not cover under my feet. It covers everything else, but not my feet. I have a structural ridgeline on here. I use whoopee slings for my suspension. Whoopee slings, in my opinion, are one of the better and lighter ways to go. There are cinch buckles, stuff like that, but I just like whoopee slings because they're lightweight and all. Now, with my tarp, Noah's Tarp 12 is honestly huge. I'm probably going to make myself a summer tarp here soon. It's out of some silk nylon. But for a winter tarp or just all around year tarp, this is great. You don't even have to use it for hammocks. You can use it on the ground setup with your trekking poles. It's got some grommets on each corner for trekking poles. It does have quite a few tie-outs. It has some tie-outs on the sides. If some people just lay their tarp over the ridgeline and stake it out from there. And honestly, I find that to be a little bit cramped because the sides kind of close in on you. So what I've done is I've taken the side pull-outs and put some shock cord on those so I can have some more room on the inside. So, yeah, that's about it for that. Give you a little bit more in-depth detail of each one of these things. It's gonna get bumpy here for a second. Okay. Just give you a spin around. Now, I do have the tarp folded over itself. This little yellow line here is the ridge line. So, there's my hammock. Yeah, it's pretty short, but you know, it works. I have a DIY peak bag on each end. This is one that I made. It's, I don't remember where, but I saw it on a website somewhere. It is a round bottom self-closing peak bag. So if I took my phone right now and just put my phone in the vertical opening, it self-closes. So you don't have to worry about pulling something out and then all this stuff coming out on you like 2QZQ's does. Now, 2QZQ's peak bag is really good. I love it. It is good for clothes and shirts and stuff like that. But honestly, if you're trying to put your pocket knife or something in there, I find it not to be too useful. I have made a peak bag somewhat like 2QZQ's. It's got some shock cord on the end of it. yeah, here's my foam, or Flectix. It's real thin, real lightweight. Goes in a little stuff sack I made. Yeah, so whoopee slings. They are made from 15 feet each, or a starter length at least. So that means they can reach something to about 7.5 feet away. So I've got tree huggers on the end with a Dutch clip. Really love Dutch's work. It's great stuff he's got. Yeah, I've got 4-foot tree huggers, and then my whoopee slings just connect with a soft shackle here. So that holds those. I can detach them if I want, but I just leave them on most of the time. Yeah. Oh, I've also got, for my ridgeline, I've got the Dutch Wasp tensioner. And then on the other side, I've got the Dutch Hook. Now, those side pullouts I was talking about, you can see them here. Let me fold the tarp back over. Okay, I just wanted to go a little bit more in depth on these tarp tie-outs here. These are on the side of the tarp, 1 or 2 on each side. I would like to have one in the middle. I'll probably either sew one on or get some clip-on ones. So what I've got on here is 1/8 shot cord for each tie-out. Just got it looped or cow hitched, or however you want to say it, onto the piece of grosgrain right here. Yeah, the grosgrain is sewn into the seam that goes all the way across the tarp in a diamond shape. There's a seam here. All the seams on the tarp, by the way, are taped. So, no, there's no leakage. I've tried it out. They're good. This is just sewn in to that seam. It's pretty durable. You know, it won't really rip out on you easily. But, yeah, that works. And then what I've got on this side is just, it goes down to a stake there, right there, at the tip of my finger. So yeah, that goes down to a stake there. Then the other side goes down to a stake right around there somewhere. Now, if you're wondering how much space is on the inside of this, I'll give you a look real quick. It's gonna get bumped up. It is quite spacious for my needs. So, you've got about 2 feet on this, no, not 2 feet, about 1.5 feet on this side, and then maybe 1 foot on this side because of the Dutch clips coming off of this side of the tree. So the hammock does tend to lean to this side over here. But honestly, it's a spacious little tarp. I don't even have it set up completely how big it usually is. But yeah, you can see these tie-outs here add quite a bit of room in here. Without them, it's quite cramped. What I do for the sides is I can actually close these up and have them somewhat like doors. They won't close up completely, but if I wanted to, I could sew some Velcro or something on here, or hook and loop, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I could sew some of that on there if I wanted, but I'm lazy, honestly, so, you know, I don't feel like it. So yeah, let's show you how I close those doors up. Okay, so here's how I set up the doors. I can just, see, you've got 2 grosgrain loops on each side, so what I do is I take one grosgrain loop, put it through the other, like that, so you can see it goes through, and I open up the one that went through, or the inside one. You take just some little stick or something, you put it through that loop that you just opened up, and then, if it's tight, I don't have it set up tight enough right now, because it could be bigger, but yeah. So, when it's tight, it can't pull it, because the stick is toggled through the other one. So I do that for the top one, and sometimes I do it for the bottom one, sometimes I don't. I really feel like it sometimes. Honestly, the bottom just sits there on the ground if you set it up in this way. This is a very versatile tarp, honestly. So both sides are just kind of toggled like that. And then what I'll do with the bottom usually is I'll take it and I'll just kind of fold it under there, put my pack on top or something, so it'll hold it closed and if it's windy or rainy and stuff. So yeah, if I wanted to, I could sew some Velcro on the sides here and just kind of Velcro it closed, like Sugar Marie does. But I'm lazy and I don't feel like it. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole tarp setup. I've got a Zing It ridgeline, very light. I've got 40 feet or so of it. It's a little long, but you know, from where I go, the trees aren't too close together in most places. But so yeah, that's my hammock setup. How I camp with my hammock. Thanks for watching, you guys, and subscribe. One more thing, you guys, I would like to thank David over at David's Passage for giving me the idea for this setup and door setup. Honestly, it's what showed me this tarp, and I just loved it. So, thanks, David. Great channel. Now you just gotta find a vine and have fun.